up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back.
Set, ready, 8, read. Let's go, Ty. Let's go right here now.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And that's not the start that he was looking for as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Eason. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Over the middle, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Operating from the gun. Eason, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. The 40. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And how about the big boy showing off the wheels?
Let's face it, anybody who watches a game, even if it goes against your team, when there's a big man with the football, everyone locks in.
All eyes.
Everyone locks in, and the rumbling, you can feel it all the way to the upper reaches of the stands.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On is the Chargers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
Ready? Rock it.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Check. Slam. Watch twist. Wide. Get wide.
But.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Bravo. 6-6. Pull it high. Turn it up.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man complete. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. 79 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. White now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
30 base. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Now
Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 32-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. Gets it to Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
36, slam.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Raiders nothing.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. 61. Matchbox light. Shoot.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let him know.
Deep trip.
They'll set up a throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, 36 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
You're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
And the Chargers first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. From the gun, Eason. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And they'll start the drive here with an end around. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and 14. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerry Tillery able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Second interception for him now here in the first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And a loose football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On the counter, here's Gordon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Ready.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Raider 1. Check 15. Express. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Man, I got you.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On the return, it's White. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
Come on, set. 90 Wolf.
Tackles.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A toss play, Gordon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line.
Here we go. 15 line. Snap.
To throw on 2nd down. Eason. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
They run it here with Gordon. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Eason. This is White on the screen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster. And now they're left with 3rd and long. From the gun, Eason. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll get 7 out of it, but it brings up a 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Badgley's kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And that one was was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Monday, down. Blue 80. Express.
Safety cream. Watch the shit.
OP. Express. Get set.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
1st down, Chargers.
Set. Protein spill. 50. Plant.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the 1st half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the 2nd half. It's caught. This is White.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. Now Carr. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now just 2 of 5 since coming on, but he does have a first down here. Shotgun now for Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
White Monday down.
Carr now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Again, it's Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jerry Tillery picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Carr going to throw. Looking for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, 29 yards, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Jonathan Abram picks it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
20-yard line.
Ready?
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
First down.
Ready, ready.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
6-yard line.
Come on, set. Ten Lobo.
Come, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason got Gordon open, completes it. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Gordon, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
That's going to be caught. And he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Let's get it.
We go. 60 Pittsburgh. You draw Porkins. That's it.
2nd and 4. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. This is Gordon as they go to him again. Big hold of the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Out. Greystone, travel.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. First down, here's White. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.